Okay, so I guess this is gonna be a rant video, and I didn't really want to rant, but I'm gonna do it. Normally I try to keep the content on this channel optimistic and positive, and the reason why that is I make videos for people that like the game. So I don't have any interest in making videos for people that hate the game. If you hate the game, why are you playing it? So I'm making this video because I love the game, and I'm worried about the direction the game is going. And I also just kind of wanted this to be an update of some of the things that have been going on that have upset a lot of people. I'm playing this on BlueStacks. There's a link on the description which helps support this channel. And first things first is I'm going to play Blitz during this because there's a 2-hour Blitz timer, which is really like an 1.5-hour Blitz timer, which means I've got to play the game almost every 2 hours to keep up. And we're going to get about that a little bit later in the video because I want to talk about nightly gaming first. So I am going to be playing Blitz mode right here because the way the game is designed now, I pretty much have to spend all of my time playing. I can play 24 hours a day. I think that's ridiculous. I'm a YouTuber. If I was a streamer, I would think this is a fantastic idea because then I could stream all day long and I could just play continuously where maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe I'll just start streaming this game or something because before this was a game that couldn't be streamed really because, you know, well, you can, but it'd be just a lot easier if you could play all day long. Okay, let's talk about nightly gaming. So the problem, there's a huge problem with this, and I want to explain why this is a problem, is one of the biggest problems I've seen with mobile games where they're competitive and people play against each other is hacking. Hacking destroys a game, and I made a link up here in the top right here. There's a video where I kind of explain why hacking doesn't work on this game and there aren't any hackers. But the reason why hacking is terrible for the game is that why do I want to compete if I can just get stuff for free, or if I'm playing against hackers? There's no incentive whatsoever for me to spend money on the game because I know it's not going to be fair. This is not like some weird idea, weird concept. I think everybody would understand if I was able to get free stuff, you know, the guy next to me was able to get free stuff, why would I want to spend money on the game? Well, nobody hacked the game, but Nightly Gaming, who was doing some contract work for Fox Next, had like hundreds of thousands of energy in his account, and I guess he had done some work with them. He, you know, if you look on their page, it does show him on their main page. Boy, I got to focus on this battle. Get some bleeds, okay. And so he played before the game even went into soft launch. So if we're talking like the alpha or the actual beta, if you will. I know people call the soft launch beta, but really it was a soft launch. I could lose right here. I think I got to get rid of Yondu. Well, let's see here. And so when everything went global, they deleted all the process of his old account, and oh, I got lucky here. And they gave him all this energy, and the problem with that is that he took all this energy and he got to level 65, had to make a video, and my problem with the video is that he had the comments disabled and the like and dislike disabled, and whenever I see that on YouTube, I'm like, what's going on? Always something really sketchy is happening, and this is not fair to people that spend a lot of money, and it's the same thing with the A/B testing. When there's A/B testing going on, and someone else is getting an advantage that I'm not getting, it makes the PvP environment unfair. Why do I want to spend money on a game if XYZ stuff is just going to get more? Any kind of this, in a competitive environment, there needs to be a certain level of integrity. People need, if they're going to be people getting free stuff, they need to be isolated on shards or play on servers when they're by themselves. So people that are upset about this, yes, you should be upset. It's just like hackers in the game. I'd be upset about hackers. I'm upset about people getting more stuff just because, and then being on a live server. Now, I think Fox Next did the right thing and removed him from the leaderboards because, you know, that's going to upset the people that have spent not hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars already on this game, are rightfully so upset. So, you know, in the future, I just hope that if they're going to do A/B testing, or if I'm going to be given a test account, it can't be on a public server. It needs to be in a private shard, isolated from everyone else, so we can do our testing, we can make our videos, whatever, fine. The 2-hour Blitz thing, man, oh my God, I can't do it. It's going to be too time consuming. And for me, I'm kind of lucky that I don't really want the Merc Lieutenant right now. I'm okay with the Merc Lieutenant happening right now, but if this was like a new character that I had to have, and if I'm going to have to like disturb my sleep patterns or miss sleep, that is not right. Or what happens in other games is they start account sharing and they contract people in China to play the game for them because they don't have time to play it themselves, and it turns into this whole account sharing, paying people to play your account so you can keep up. This is what happened in Marvel Contest of Champions, and this is just going in the wrong direction. Anything in the game that encourages constant play, and that's what happens with this 2-hour timer, is that I'm going to play right now, and I could probably play for 30 minutes, maybe longer, you know, with my refreshes. I have to start with the top of my account and work down. There's no point in working the bottom. I just got to start from the top and work down. And then by the time I finish, I might get a small break and then back at it again. So for me on this one right here with the Merc Lieutenant, it's not going to bother me much because I only want to get the milestone rewards. But I just think it's a step in the wrong direction. If they want to make this a grind fest, fine, but I can't do it. I don't want to be a part of it, and it's going to make me sad that what if I get into a place where for me to continue to be competitive in this game, because I'm a competitive person, that I'm going to have to account share. That's all they're doing is encouraging account sharing, and I think that's terrible. They lowered the rewards. I don't understand why they're doing that. My problem with them doing nerfs and lowering the raid rewards, specifically lowering the rewards, you know, which is, a lot of people are upset about that, but where's the conversation? Where's the communication? Where's the blog post explaining the logic behind this? There's no communication. Now, whether or not I think that this is a bad thing or if the Blitz thing is bad, I think everybody agrees that no communication is bad. I mean, that's not controversial. There is only one-way communication. It's through this incidental blog post where they post like 2-3 times a month and they push notifications side of the game. One-way conversation. This is what we're doing. We're nerfing Quake and Black Widow, and we're probably going to nerf Crossbones and Yondu. Just wait. We're going to do that. That's so infrequent. It's not a two-way conversation. And why? Why not? It can't be because of cost, because I know they spend a lot of money. I don't watch television, but when I go out to a restaurant, to a bar or something like that with my girlfriend, the last 3 out of the 4 times I saw a commercial on TV for Marvel Strike Force. I'm like, oh, look, there's the game I play. So it isn't cost. Some people suggested that maybe it has something to do with Marvel and their fee, but they just don't want to communicate. And it's like, what, you don't want feedback? Are you afraid of us? Do you not want to engage with the community? You want to isolate yourself in your little bubble, and so you don't want to hear anything negative? And I will say this, I love Reddit, but Reddit is overly critical at times. And I feel like a lot of times on Reddit, it just is a lot of people complaining. I like Reddit myself because oftentimes I can get information there very quickly, and I like the way that Reddit filters the good stuff to the top. But a lot of stuff on Reddit is just not that great, and I think that's true. But there's no official forums. There's nothing like that. There's no communication with the developers, and I haven't experienced that. Maybe that is a business plan. I know that there are games made outside of the U.S., and those ones are very hard to communicate with because, you know, they're based out of South Korea or something like that. I get it. So I'm glad that there's some communication, and I think I've got this. I think I can knock out Nobu, and then we're good. And so I don't know. I wish there was some sort of communication. Did not like the way that the Ant-Man had the double RNG. It just didn't feel good. I actually gave the Ant-Man and the Rocket event my blessing because it was about gear, and I was happy to get the gear, but then they just jacked up the Wasp one through the roof and made it a lot harder, and I was able to get through it, actually, but I imagine this, maybe 1% of the people could get through it. I don't think everybody got through it. I barely got through it myself, and I'm sure other people did too. But there was no explanation of why they just raised it. No post, no notification. Again, no communication is what I'm complaining about. If they want to do something, just say, hey, we're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. I think they did a good job of explaining why they're going to nerf Quake and Black Widow with the speed up and slow down mechanic, and actually I agree with them on that, and I hope they do the same thing on Yondu and Crossbones if they nerf them. I don't think they're wrong, but it's just so hard to gear everybody up and then to have it just nerfed, especially if you went from gear 10 to 11. The amount of purple parts required to do that is just absolutely ridiculous, absolutely. And then lastly, we got to talk about Deadpool and the Deadpool raid. And I don't know if this is true or not, but the rumor is that, oh, I could lose here. I'm kind of worried about this, actually. The rumor is that it's going to be a 2-hour event. And that would really be discouraging for international people, international alliances. How am I going to get 24 people to coordinate anything? Let alone people that live in other time zones. That doesn't sound like fun. And I just want to say that, the guild I'm in is, and I mentioned this in other videos, a lot of this is the same thing. The guild I'm in is managed by the people that do MSF.gg, and they also are the moderators and kind of got the Reddit started. And our guild, I'm in it, and there's actually one other YouTuber in it. McMold is in it also. We can't keep people, we can't stay full. We're losing people left and right. And that really affects everybody in our guild, because getting 24 people to do the same thing in a raid is very challenging. And I understand that people quit the game, and that's fine, but it just seems like right now it's much higher. So at the end of the day, I guess what I'm saying is that I want two things. I want a focus to preserve the integrity of a competitive environment, whether that means, not doing A/B testing inside of a live PvP environment, or the nightly gaming thing. I think may have been an oversight. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't really know, but that shouldn't have happened. I mean, there has to be a focus to preserve the integrity of a competitive PvP environment where people are spending real money to get ahead. There's zero incentive to get ahead if you're going to be playing against people that are giving things for free, or if people just get things for free because of an A/B testing. And I didn't even get into those raid rewards for the ultra rare abilities on the passive or the basic. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. It's going to be a grind fest for the lower guilds to upgrade any of these abilities. That's maybe a whole nother video. I forgot to mention that. And then the second thing is communicate. Why not? Why no communication? And if the little amount of communication there is one-sided, feels bad. Especially, I'm wondering what the people that spent all of that money, the big amounts of money, and they have no communication whatsoever with the developers. I would welcome them doing maybe like a 1-hour stream once per week on Twitch. God, it would cost nothing to set that up. Just get a moderator, maybe the community manager and 1 or 2 of the developers. just sit there and say, well, these are the things that are happening this week, and they can read it and say, this is the stuff that's coming out. This is what we're thinking about. They can take a couple questions. At a minimum, they're going to have to read the chat, and if they're doing a poor job at the game, the chat is going to reflect that. They're going to be able to get a pulse for what the community thinks. I can tell you this, when I stream, I very quickly know what the community thinks, and I get the same questions. And if there are problems with the game or the same questions keep coming up, oftentimes that's how I get my ideas for videos, is from the interaction that I have with the chat when I stream. I think that would be a tremendous opportunity for the developers. I know certain games do that. Warframe does that. And then even like Blizzard with Jeff Kaplan, the head guy there, he talks to the community all the time. Or other games, they interact with Reddit, or they have an official forums, or just some sort of community manager. And I don't know why this is coming up now. This should have happened 6 months ago. Anyways, generally speaking, though, I want to say that I try to make positive content for people that love this game. If you hate this game and you think it's terrible, this is not the right channel for you. I am not interested in tracking those type of viewers. I'm looking for viewers that are passionate about the game, that want the game to be better. And those are the types of people that I want to attract to my channel. So this is going to be a divergence a little bit from my normal content. Normally I have not a scam giveaways, but I'm not going to do a not a scam giveaway in this video. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming. I can't believe I forgot this. What are you guys thinking on the pack prices? My God, they're just out of control, ridiculous. Very little to no value. All right, that's it. For real this time.